a 5-minute call on behalf of New Zealand First. Mahesh Bindra.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm afraid my speech is going to be less entertaining than my colleague Fletcher Tabuta's, because it is about a more serious matter, Mr. Speaker.
Stick within the rules, we'll be happy.
Last month, Mr. Speaker, about 200 members of the South Auckland community, mainly small business owners, got together in South Auckland, and it took a radio station to bring those people along, because the government wasn't worried about their safety. These people were actually angry and frustrated, and their frustration and their anger was really palpable in this meeting. We hoped in this meeting that we'll be able to take some of their concerns to the government, and we were hopeful that the government MP present there would also contribute towards it. That doesn't seem to have happened, Mr. Speaker, because after the budget was announced, those hopes were shattered. Those hopes of that community, Mr. Speaker, were shattered because there was nothing in that budget to address the crime situation, the law and order situation, particularly in South Auckland. Now, Mr. Speaker, in this budget, we have noticed that a paltry $8.5 million has been allocated for police primary response management. Police response, as it is at the moment, is appalling. The police response time is appalling. A particular incident that I know of, because that victim I had visited, and that victim was also present in that meeting. Although he has started back work, but he is still scared and he is worried about his safety. His concerns have not been addressed in this budget, Mr. Speaker, and there are many more like him. What actually happened was that a few months ago, 3 offenders raided and burgled a liquor store in Takanini at 7:30 p.m. in the evening. The store owner's friend followed the offenders when they escaped. The CCTV cameras had the evidence. The store owner's friend then followed those offenders to their hiding place, took the car registration number, took the address of that property, and gave it to the store owner, who in turn then informed the police. This was at about 7:50, which means within 20 minutes of that incident, the store owner informed the police that he had the evidence, he knew where the offenders were, and he said that he wants the police to act then. So the police replied that, look, we don't have enough staff numbers to go with you and search that property, and besides that, we do not have a search warrant for that property. The same offenders at 9:50, that is 2 hours later, the same offenders at 9:50 go to the Manureva address, another liquor store, and stab that store owner there, or the store worker there. They stabbed him 5 times. Those were serious wounds, and I have personally seen those wounds. So the police then reacted then at 9:50. Had they acted on the previous complaint, which was at about 7:30, the second incident would not have happened, Mr. Speaker. The second victim could have been saved. But that did not happen. And nothing has happened in this budget to correct that situation. That will happen again, because there's not a mention of police numbers being increased in this budget. On the contrary, as we know that our population has increased by 6.5% since 2012. However, the inflation, taking into consideration the inflation rate, 4.7, there has been an increase of only 1.8%. And that is not going to help the 6.4% crime resolution rate that we have at the moment. Just 6.4% resolution of violent crimes. That is not good enough, and nor is this budget, Mr. Speaker.
A 5-minute call.